hopefully this will be really good, and it will leave you with a better understanding on how to defend the kingdom.
Great.
This is defending.
This is perfect. But no, it still works because you're growing the kingdom because you're like speaking to an atheist. This whole series of defense last year. We talked about this already. We already talked about this.
Okay, well,
It's still the same thing though.
well,
It still works the same. No.
yeah, okay. Well, no bad. This one is on defending the kingdom, alright? So we're defending the kingdom, Christianity versus atheism. Alright, so we all know all of us in here are Christians. We do not believe in no Big Bang nonsense. We believe in creationism, which is a creator created everything that we have here. That is what the Bible tells us. We believe the teachings of the Bible. That's what we believe. Alright, so this format that I'm going to do is like, I'm going to tell you when the atheist is talking, I'm going to tell you when the Christian is talking. And you're just going to have to keep up. I'm going to like tell you key points to listen to. If you want to make notes of it so you can actually remember it, you can. Doesn't really matter to me. Let's get into it. Alright, so this is the atheist talking and asking the Christian a question. Alright, so if God is real, then why does he allow evil in the world? Alright, that question. If God is real, then why does he allow evil in the world? First off, we have to look at evil. We created evil, not God. Adam and Eve created evil. Eve ate that fruit. Adam allowed her to eat that fruit. That is sin. Sin is evil. God cannot be with evil because God is righteous. He cannot be around sin because he is righteous. Sin is the opposite of righteous. Therefore, God cannot be with sin. So with that understanding, what is another word for evil in our world, in our society? Another word for evil that just describes the terribleness of the world. What y'all got? Another word for evil.
Demons.
You got the first letter right.
Devil.
You got the first letter right. Is that right?
Destruction.
No, I mean, yes, but not the one I'm looking for. Not the one you're looking for.
Division. Right, divide.
Pretty close, pretty close. Actually, kind of, sort of. Anything else starts with a D. A word that describes evil in our world.
Destruction.
I already said that. Divided.
Alright, ready to say it, dude.
Yeah.
Brady, you say it.
I think Rich wants to say it. Messed up my flow.
Darkness.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Darkness. Alright. So another word for evil is darkness. Let's replace that in the question. If God is real, then why does he allow darkness in the world? So by definition, darkness is the absence of light, correct?
Yes.
So we know as Christians that Jesus Christ is the light of the world. Jesus Christ, aka God. So God, if God, aka Jesus, is real, then why does he allow darkness in the world? Jesus Christ is God. He is the light of the world. Darkness is just the absence of light. So evil is just the absence of God. And in John 8, verse 12, when Jesus spoke again to the people, he said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Alright, so if God is real, then why does he allow evil in the world? God is real. He did not create evil, we did. Evil is darkness. Darkness is the absence of light. Jesus is the light of the world, so evil is just the absence of Jesus. So if an atheist asks you, why does he allow evil? The absence of Jesus, which is what atheists believe in, is the evil. And that's how you can respond to that question. That's the first point. Second question is kind of a more scientific approach and a little bit more difficult to understand. If I go through it and you don't get it, tell me, and I will further explain it. I'm basically going to be reading out of here, not really looking at y'all, just because it's, I don't know, it's by heart.
Thermodynamics.
Atheist, talking here. If the universe didn't happen by random chance, explain explain the beginning of the universe and of God. That's the end of the question. Alright, so Christian's response here. The God of the Bible didn't come into existence. He has always been. He is not affected by time, space, or matter. Time, space, and matter are a continuum. They all had to come together in the same instant. If there was matter but no space, where would you put it? If there was matter and space but no time, when would you put it? You cannot have time, space, or matter independently. They have to come to be simultaneously. The Bible answers this in 10 simple words. In the beginning, there's time. God created the heavens, there's space. And the earth, there's matter. If they were created at the same time, and God has not, if they were created at the same time, God has to be outside of it. The question assumes a limited God, but our God, the God of the Bible, is all-knowing and all-powerful, aka limitless. That would be a response to you explaining creation. Because it all came together at the same time. When it came together at the same time, it had to come together by something making it come together, which is God. And there has to be, in order for a cause, there has to be a causer. That's a law, like a physics. Like if I was to push this over, why did that fall over?
You pushed.
Because I pushed it. It didn't just fall over because it wanted to. This didn't just happen because an atom was like, say a monkey, and that monkey was like, I'm not pretty enough, bam, human. Like, no, that did not happen. The cause had to have a causer, aka God. And time, space, and matter had to come together at the exact same time. Because, like it said, if you had time and space, when would you put it? If you had space and time, where would you put it? You have to have time, space, and matter at the exact same time in order for it to work. And you have to have a causer to cause those things to come together at the same time, which is God. So that answers the question of, if the universe didn't happen by random chance, explain the beginning of the universe and of God. You cannot explain the beginning of God because God has always been. God caused the universe to happen. That's how you answer that one.
And they ask, that's not possible for God to be around forever because something has to come from something. Then you can just answer how you did say, God doesn't abide by time, physics, or any existence. He made those things, so they abide to Him.
There's an example of like Kate just said, He made those things. So He's not in those things. The man that created a computer, right? He's not just in the computer running around typing in stuff for you when you go on Google. He's not in the computer doing that. He's outside of the computer. He made it, but He's not in it. God created the universe, time, space, and matter, but He is not bound by time, space, and matter. He can be here, there, everywhere, and it does not affect God at all. And that's how you can understand that by time, space, and matter being a short unit. Alright, so the third and final point I got, this one is kind of like nerdy and mathematical, so
Numbers.
yeah, it's got some big ones.
My enemy.
It's got some big ones. Me too. Okay, numbers my enemy, and that's where she's got math with me every single year forever. Man, it's awful.
Not terrible,
So-
but I don't like 'em.
This is the third and final point. And like I said, it's got some numbers in it. It's got some big numbers in it. I'm going to give it a go. If you don't understand it, let me know. Did y'all understand that last point? Do I need to go back on any of that? No, correct. So, third and final point here. This is the atheist speaking. How can you believe in the Bible's prophecies? How can you believe in the Bible's prophecies? This is an atheist attacking the Bible, which is what we get all of our things from. The Bible is our rock and our foundation. Atheists attacking the Bible, saying, how can we believe in its prophecies? Alright, so this is Christian response. For one, Jesus' death, resurrection is the ultimate proof of prophecy in the Bible. Alright, so do y'all know anything about Julius Caesar crossing Rubicon River in 40 BC?
Is this before we got stabbed?
Well, yeah, he was alive, so
Yeah.
Did y'all know that he did that?
Yes.
No.
Okay, no, okay. So, y'all know King Arthur, right?
Mhm.
Sword and rock, pull that thing out. There's more evidence for Jesus Christ coming to a virgin, living a perfect life, dying at 33, rising 3 days later, and 40 days after that, being ascended into heaven. There's more evidence for that than King Arthur's entire existence. That he was ever even born. And there's maps of his world that he conquered. We study in history. And there's more evidence that Jesus died on the cross and rose than we have for him. So, if that doesn't get them, then you can be kind of nerdy and sound a whole lot smarter than them with this next example I'm going to give here. Alright? So, hang on a minute. Alright. So, if that doesn't get them, then this will make you sound really smart, and it is accurate as well. Alright, so there are zero errors or contradictions in the Bible. There are over 200 places where the Bible accurately predicts future scientific discoveries. Here's the probability that these authors could have predicted all these things accurately. The Bible is written, you gotta remember this, the Bible is written by 40 different men, over 40 different men, over 1,500-year time span, on 3 continents, Europe, Asia, and Africa, in 3 different languages, Greek, Hebrew, and Aramaic. Alright, so here's the math, that all that happening without divine intervention, God, is even possible. The chance of God not inspiring those authors is less than 1 chance in the 10 to the 300th power. So that is 10 with 300 zeros behind it. You can't even say
Quintillion?
that. Huh?
Quintillion?
Sure. That is 10 quintillionths of the chance. 1 in 10 quintillionths of a chance that God did not inspire those authors. That's like some Infinity War endgame type odds, alright? But in this time, that one didn't work because God inspired them, alright? So, for example, this is the nerdy part. In science, one of the only things that can actually be proven is the second law of thermodynamics. Alright, so you know how in science you have to make a hypothesis, right? And how if you prove your hypothesis correct, even if you prove it correct, it's not correct because it can be disproven.
Yeah.
It's the most difficult thing in science because you can't prove what you got right, even if you got it right. And it takes years just to become theory, and it never becomes a proof. The second law of thermodynamics is it's different. It is 100% a proof. The second law of thermodynamics, and that is that with time everything becomes more chaotic. All right, so we see that from Adam and Eve, the world has just become more chaotic, right? Like we have like no world peace, none of that stuff. All right, it's just became more chaotic. There is hang on a second. The Bible is more reliable than the second law of thermodynamics, which is 100% real and just 100% facts. There is the probability of you being killed by the reversal of the second law of thermodynamics, which is reversing time. You being killed by somebody reversing time, which is literally impossible. We cannot do it because we are not outside of time, like God is, like we learned in the last point. The probability of you being killed by a reversal in time is 1 in 10 to the 80th. 1 in 10 to the 80th is a humongous number. You don't have to worry about being killed by a reversal in time. But the probability that the Bible is written without God's inspiration is 1 in 10 to the 300th. The only thing that we can prove in science for 100% fact is less reliable than the Bible. That's pretty crazy numbers. I mean, no atheist is going to argue that you there. They might just say, well, still don't believe it, just walk away. They cannot argue those numbers. They can't. It's crazy numbers, and it's true. So that's all I got. If you need to be nerdy with an atheist, there you go. Just pull out them crazy numbers and you got them. That's all I got. I really did think we were defending the kingdom.
Well, it still works for growing the kingdom too, because you think like
And you
once
gotta-
you do that, then he's gonna start thinking, well,
You gotta talk to atheists to grow.
Yeah.
I mean,
And on that, I was thinking about something at the beginning about light. The light aspect is, you know, when you're in bed and you're sleeping and it's real dark in there, and someone comes in and flashes the light on, and you get real agitated and confused and everything. Well, that's how a lot of people spread the word. They're shining like a giant flashlight on you. And it's stunning you and surprising you, and you're not even understanding what they're saying because they're so in the darkness. It's confusing them. So what you should do is maybe make a campfire or something, make a calm fire light, make a calm light, or have a low flashlight, and just slowly show them light, and their eyes will adjust and their minds will adjust. They'll be more knowledgeable of it and they'll understand it better. You can't push it far on them because then they're just not gonna understand it, think you're just being too hostile. So you gotta be calm with showing them the light.
Hey, you should have preached tonight, bro. That was like awesome.
That's great.
That was really
I've
good.
never heard that.
I've never heard that either, bro. Did you just come up with that? Like,
Yeah, I'll just listen.
that's awesome. Paid by that awesome, bro.
I might have to use that.
I'm gonna use it. I just stole that, by the way.
Okay.
I'll be like,
I'll be like, this is a record from Paige.
yeah.
And, I was just thinking because I get real confused when I wake up. I wouldn't say mad when I wake up in the morning and they turn the light on. Just a little confused, tired, and just mad. And I was thinking, you saying we're used to the light, and I just realized I'm thinking, well, you're seeing all those people, and they're always talking about how we need to spread the word, and there's still people that just push it. Like that time Daniel said he was helping out one friend, and that other person who was pushing too hard on him. And I was just thinking, well, it's just like that. We're showing our light, and we're being too broad with it, and we need to be calm with it because those people have been in darkness for so long. Their eyes are adjusted, their minds adjusted, they're calm with it. But if you show them the light and make you show them how much easier it is to see everything, it just helps a lot more with life and everything. And showing the light just really helps for the future of them. But you can't just do it big and broad because then you might just scare them away, or you might just make them get mad at you for just flashing you. You just gotta do it slowly with them.
That's good, Jay. That's really, really, really good. Anybody got anything else? Anything you want me to go back over? Attempt to go back over? Any other questions? Anything?
Time that top set.
For real, that was awesome.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Well, the beginning of time thing. This is a stupid analogy, but I find it funny and also true. It's like two cookies in an oven. And one cookie's like, dude, like, there's no way there's like a creator or a baker. We just like up here. Leader was like, bro, you still don't believe in a baker or anything? We got here. He was like, oh yeah, who made the baker? And he was like, it doesn't matter. Like, how do you expect us to get here?
I've seen that, but I've seen it with a baby in a womb. Two babies in a womb.
That was one that I was thinking of when he.
It was the baby in the womb.
That's
Two
Yeah.
babies in the
I'm
womb.
literally pulling that over.
It said there's no mother.
Just
By realism.
Just chill.
By
I'm
realism.
pulling that over
By
right now.
realism.
That was realism?
Realism.
I
I've seen
couldn't
it.
remember who it
I'm
was.
pulling it over right now, kid.
I remember that one.
But Dylan, this week, the one about the world where in 10 words he spoke the word, I'd watch that for this week.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I pulled everything you just heard from Instagram Reels. It was from like old pastors. Cause I was
Yeah.
like, well, I mean, I want to do it on this, but I'm dumb. So at least somebody that's
That's why
smart.
you listen to old and wise people.
Yeah, that's what I do. Let's. Nope.
My brother too.
Nope. She's old. Nope. I might not say it. I didn't say it.
Talking to the ground. Sorry.
Yep, I didn't say it.
Oh, it's okay.
But yeah, it's like twins and one's talking to the other saying, I can't wait to get out of here now. What do you mean there's nothing out here?
There's something after this.
Yeah, this.
There's no mother.
Yeah, there is no mother. And it's like, what? How do you think we're alive? What's giving us substance? It's like, I don't know, we're just not here. Like, how did we get here? I don't know, we just did. It's like, you don't think anything created us? No, we're just not here. So you don't want to meet mother? It's like, there's no mother, that's stupid. Yeah.